from the Tshwane Events Centre in Pretoria West, where the Commission will also make known its state of readiness ahead of November 1st. Natasha, we spoke to you a little bit earlier on and you were giving us sort of a laydown in terms of what we can expect today. Any updates?
Well, Natasha, we are counting down to that launch, which is about to start in 10 minutes' time. But actually, where I'm situated is quite an interesting, point. This is the heart of the IEC. And of course, as you see all these computers, around me, this is where IEC staff and officials will be actually capturing all the results from the various, provinces across the country, from the various voting stations across the country. Those over 23,000 voting stations across the country. But just to tell us more about the centre, I'm joined by Mr. Granville Abrahams, who's the General Manager of the IEC. Correct me if I'm wrong. Thank you so much for joining us on SABC News. What can we expect? And I mean, just the significance of where we are standing right now. This is where a number of IEC staff will be capturing all the information, will be auditing all the numbers, the results, and of course they'll be reflected by the leaderboard behind you.
Thank you, Natasha. I think first of all, as South Africans, we can pride ourselves that we have one of the most transparent electoral processes and system in the world. Besides what you see today, which I'll come back to, our entire processes up until now, including the drafting of legislation, the recruitment and the vetting of staff, venues, voting districts, all of these have gone through a transparent process with political parties. On voting day in the voting station, we'll have party agents observing the entire voting procedure as well as counting, and also observers, local, international, all have the opportunity there. Coming back to this centre here, this is basically the culmination and the focal point of everything coming together, and obviously the most important thing is the results on the day. The results will be captured at local offices, audited there, and as soon as they are audited, they'll be coming available over here. On my right-hand side, political parties will be sitting on that side. We have equipped them and given them access to result systems so they can see all of the results as they are coming in. They are also able to lodge objections on the system as well. They can see the actual result form that was completed in the voting station. So all of that comes together here. And then of course we have the media yourselves taking this to the public out there. And we also have observers, we have dignitaries here. So all of this comes together. This becomes the focal point and the culmination, of the entire election and that transparency. So this is definitely a big event for us, but most importantly, it is something that as South Africans we should take ownership of and with pride. Additional this year is we also be able to, through social media, we'll also be able to give access to viewers out there and the general public, and we're also providing remote access to political parties, because we had to accustom to obviously to the COVID regulations and social distancing. If you were here previously, you would notice that...
Sorry to cut in with that, Mr. Abrahams. I've noted something quite interesting. You've got independent candidates that will be contesting the elections, but I haven't seen, a seat actually allocated to them here. Will they be allowed in the centre?
No, that's correct. The access that we've provided here is for members of the PLC, the national PLC, at local levels. They will also be inviting members of their PLC at that level. So in the national centre, there will be no independence here.
Okay. Mr. Evans, thank you so much for your time. For those who don't know what a PLC is, those are political party liaison committees that are represented in the National Assembly, provincial legislatures and municipal councils. With that said, it's back to you in studio. We'll be starting our program shortly at 3 p.m. Back to you, Natasha.
All right, Natasha, we'll definitely be with you at 3 p.m. That is Natasha Phiri crossing to us live from the IEC Centre in Pretoria.